On the news tonight, FCTA takes delivery of eco-friendly buses. Plus, Amac tenement rate defaulters face the heat. Good evening, and it's glad to have you join us on the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station. I'm Hakimat Aliu Ibrahim. We'll begin on religious note. Islam places emphasis on respect and status of the elderly, which Muslim faithful are encouraged to uphold with full commitment. The Deputy Chief Imam of Jumat Mosque Zone 3, Malam Tamim Yusuf Al-Hassan, re-emphasized the importance of this principle to worshippers during the Jumat sermon today. Shamsuddin Usman reports.
Imam of Zone 3 Jumat Mosque, Malam Tamim, placed considerable emphasis on the importance of according the elderly the respect they deserve within the community. In his sermon, Malam Tamim reminded the congregation that they should accord the elderly their due respect as they bear blessings and possess valuable knowledge that can be imparted to the younger generation.
Allah the Most High, as the only one we worship, gives right to whoever it's due, to children, to women, to weak ones, to those who are strong, and also to the aged ones.
The Islamic cleric urged the Muslim community to comprehend the significance of honoring and respecting the elderly, as advocated by the Prophet Muhammad.
This category of people are very, very important in any society. Any society that gives respect and regard to these people is indeed a society that is loved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
He further advised that neglecting the elderly may result in societal issues and a lack of direction amongst the youth. He noted the importance for the Muslim Ummah to honor the elderly as they possess greater experience and serve as foundational pillars that uphold society. In Abuja, Shamsuddin Usman, NTA News.
Now to security matters. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetuku, has called for greater investment in fraud prevention system, stronger legal frameworks, and real-time data sharing between agencies, calling for better collaboration in using forensic science to tackle cases of fraud and financial crimes. The IGP made the call in a message at a book conference and book presentation on forensic fraud solution in Abuja. Onotu Yakubu reports.
The National Conference on Forensics and Security Operations focused on growing role of forensic science in addressing fraud, economic crimes, and operational gaps within security circle. Inspector General of Police, in a message, stressed the importance of forensics in modern policing, particularly in investigations that involve financial and cyber crimes, re-echoing the force recalibration commitment to adopting scientific methods that support thorough and timely investigation.
The forensics of which we are having today gives the procedure, it gives the modality, it gives how facts can be amassed for evidential purposes and for evidential value. This book talked a lot about it.
Sector stakeholders from law enforcement, banking, forensic science, and legal practice shared insights on building stronger interagency frameworks, highlighting the place of coordinated efforts and adoption of forensic tools to improve evidence handling and reduce fraudulent activities.
It is national integration that can reduce external influence. It's national integration that can make us all go in one direction.
Let us remember that our decisions and discussions today have the power to shape policies, inspire innovations, and ultimately transform lives. May we leave here not only informed, but also inspired, and not only determined, but also united.
A panel session at the conference featured speakers who discussed the theme, the role of forensics in security operations, a tool for addressing fraud, with panelists emphasizing how digital forensics, biometric verification, and data analytics can be used to strengthen compliance and secure financial space.
it is pertinent for us to understand that criminals live today, they live more than physical evidences.
Crime scene is not necessarily the physical crime scene that we used to know. Crime has spanned beyond the physical scene. Even the cloud system can become a crime scene.
There must be a state of emergency on turning around the value system that is driving us.
Organizers say the conference is part of ongoing efforts to raise awareness and improve technical capacity among institutions involved in crime detection and prosecution, with the hope that outcomes will support policy reforms and operational frameworks needed to scale up the use of forensic tools in Nigeria's security architecture. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Following the recent jailbreak at Medium Security Custodial Center in Kefi, Nasarawa State by some inmates, residents of the area have called for reforms in the centers across the country in order to serve as a rehabilitative and not punitive grounds. Christy Ayagwa Adaji brings us an update.
Residents of Kefi local government area, Nasarawa State, have been thrown into fear following a recent escape of 16 inmates at the Medium Security Custodial Center, Kefi. Though 7 of the escapees were recaptured, some residents expressed worries that the incidents may lead to increase in criminal activities as the runaway inmates will integrate into the society secretly, while others expressed divergent views.
When it comes to the question of the inmate secretly reintegrated, it comes from the background of negligence from the officers in charge of the prison services. Because if they are doing their work diligently, I can't see the reason why the inmate will secretly reintegrate themselves instead of following the legal process of reintegration.
And there are some people that are there that did nothing, and they are there because they have went there and met other people that did something now. The people also corrupt them there. And in any time they release them and that they came out, they will still go back again there because they know that that place is a better place for them.
The aim has been defeated because on a very good note, they were supposed to be groomed to become better people. So you can see with that very act alone, it's pure that the essence of them being there has not been achieved.
Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sile had earlier visited the custodial center in order to ascertain the cause of the jailbreak.
I went in there to see where they are staying, and I saw the condition that some of them are staying is not conducive. You know, a lot of them are actually sitting in one place and uncompacted on the floor.
Meanwhile, manhunts for the other jailbreakers are ongoing. From Kefi local government area, Christy Ayagwa, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration has taken delivery of 4 50-seater hybrid buses donated by the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative. Onoze Yakubu reports that the move is to boost the public transportation system in the nation's capital.
At a symbolic presentation, the 50 donated hybrid buses to the FCT administration is a case of a promise made and fulfilled following a casual request. The FCTA Mandate Secretary for Transportation, Chinedu Elechi, says the buses having the capacity to transport more than 200 passengers at a go will greatly improve mobility in the FCT.
And the promise you made is buses are here. And it is, we know this is what we preach about the renewed hope agenda. But there is no modern city without a robust public transportation system. And so public transportation is meant to move people from one point to the other, especially those who cannot afford private transportation.
The program director and chief executive of the Presidential CNG Initiative, Michael Oluwagbemi, discloses that the donation to the FCTA became necessary due to the administration's unwavering support for the program and its investment in transport infrastructure.
Having shown great innovation itself, by investing not just in roads, but in terminals under the leadership of the Honorable Minister, aka Mr. Project, and the Transport Mandate Secretary providing the support and the team at FCTA. We felt that the FCTA should be a major beneficiary of this.
He described the buses as foundation asset for the smooth takeoff of the operation of the newly inaugurated bus terminals. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Estate developers and residents within the Abuja Municipal Area Council are once again being reminded to comply with court orders and fulfill their obligation to pay tenement rates to the council. This reminder follows a recent enforcement operation carried out by the AMAC Tenement Rate Monitoring and Compliance Team, which targeted defaulters. Yours sincerely was on that assignment earlier and filed in this report. Residents of Efab Metropolis located in the Karasana district of Abuja faced the consequences of failing to pay their tenement rates when the AMAC monitoring and compliance team stormed the area, preventing vehicles from entering or exiting the premises except for pedestrians. The action sparked heated arguments between some residents and the estate facility manager. Tensions were later eased. The enforcement team, led by the coordinator, Ambassador Alewa Akawu Nasiru, revealed that the residents pleaded for more time to settle their tenement rate debts, a request granted to avoid further conflicts.
That we should give them the benefit of doubt, having recognized the fact that everybody has need to respond to this constitutional provision. It is good we end it amicably. Therefore, the council should be given opportunity to go in and serve their notices according to the prototypes of the building. Once you, as a resident, you know what you are to pay, then it will be good for further negotiation or discussion.
That we are brought to be served upon them. That is a crime, and it should be behind the bar. But I'm happy that the matter will soon be resolved, and I will be part of that resolution.
The coordinator emphasized that the council has consistently worked to ensure compliance, but some individuals within the estates have persistently obstructed government officials from carrying out their lawful duties. Recall that the court ruled in 2024 that local government has the jurisdiction to collect tenement rates. We now join Serafina Okonimakwe for business updates.
Indeed, Sandra, a lot is trending for sure. World Trade Organization addresses digital gaps hindering female entrepreneurs. Insurance industrial stocks push NGX all-share index higher to 0.12%. And revival of e-Naira underway by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Many thanks for being part of our business news this week. I am Serafina Okon. Federal government of Nigeria has approved 142 billion naira for construction of modern bus terminals across the country. The government also ordered all ministries, departments and agencies still processing contracts under the 2024 appropriation to complete their procurement activities by the end of September 2025. The approval for the 142 billion were made during the Federal Executive Council meeting. The Minister for Transportation, Seidu Alkali, confirmed that the bus terminals will be constructed in 6 geopolitical zones across the country. The Central Bank of Nigeria is taking fresh steps to revitalize its digital currency, the e-Naira, as part of wider efforts to build public trust and broaden access to digital financial services. At the CBN's fair termed driving alternative payment channels as tools for financial inclusion, growth and accelerated economic development, said alternative financial services were now essential for connecting underserved communities to the formal financial system. CBN Acting Director of Corporate Communications, reaffirmed the bank's commitment under Governor Olayemi Cardoso to boosting productivity, deepening financial inclusion, and maintaining monetary and price stability. She cited recent gains, including higher foreign investment flows, improved trade balances, and significant growth in financial inclusion rates. Key reforms in the past 22 months include the unification of exchange rates, clearance of over $7 billion in verified foreign exchange backlogs, the launch of the Nigerian Forex Code to strengthen forex market governance, and the ongoing capitalization of banks to enhance resilience and competitiveness. And finally, the World Trade Organization is addressing digital gaps hindering the growth of women-led businesses in Nigeria and across the developing world.
Women make up less than 30% of global digital exporters, underscoring a significant gender gap in cross-border e-commerce. To bridge the gap, WTO Director General Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has launched the $50 million Women-Led Exporters in the Digital Economy wide fund, aimed at empowering women-led businesses to expand their digital exports.
It's an inter-ministerial effort with policies supporting the women and making sure that the infrastructure is available for them to thrive.
The fund offers 2 tiers of support: the Discovery Grants, up to $5,000 for early-stage businesses exploring digital trade, and the Booster Grant, which is up to $30,000 for more established businesses ready to scale internationally.
With that report by Alika Afanachi, that brings an end to Business News. Stay for the continuation of the news. I am Serafina Okon.
And up next is Sports Brief.
Nigerians, the Tigers, have been ranked the 8th best women's basketball teams in the latest FIBA Women's World Rankings. The Tigers sit pretty at 8th in the latest FIBA rankings after they won the Women's Afro Basketball title a record 7 times, with their most recent victory being the 5th consecutive win in 2025. The Tigers' dominance in African women's basketball is unparalleled. And moving on to cricket, Nigeria's senior women's cricket coach Leye Oyede has expressed strong confidence that the female Yellow Greens will advance to the global qualifiers of the 2026 ICC Women's T20 World Cup. The team is currently in close camp training program in Lagos, fine-tuning preparations ahead of the Africa qualifiers scheduled to take place in Namibia from August 28th to September 7th. With Sports Brief, Moses Kuye, NTA News.
That's been the English version of the news. Coming up shortly is the news translations.
Aza ne ba jilo ba ye ba che ba we ajuma yuze ko ba we nwona na yiwo abada zaza ishan daje zuma woni ye wa go ba gai akubo da nu asalaji nu ngbe kun osun kunkun ya to ko itu nu momo gabo ga abeda bedonu azakoi nge bala ko bela shi chowo nho jin salaji nu fazanwa le shi ba we be na bedai na yiwo Shamsuddin Usman wanga ga shekosho ne majin nun asalaji yakun mba ne jilo nkpeje ngun atain malam Tami Yusuf Alhassan woni da de ga asalaji osa nu wobe jin we go sheko ibe da gan nche naye wen ku apmawu bedo njibai nko do nun ozaba no waga ngabi ko azakoi momwa kinzina bedo nko atente jimbai nla amato zanzanyango akpa dalalai ngun anyi nu dehe nu ba baba mi kwaji aza shitnu nu amate bain batajin apma epeturu nu ama babajin apma gas nu ozanwa le sheba we be na bedai nje oneze yakubu wa nga eyi kituko da akne jimba bedogun nung mba be fi ban bebe nung bewe ye antigana bayi zam bedai wa chige sanu nyaji la nya shado nyanyen wa nya pata de la abe no bewe ye amate zanzan nu na bage kwa gabwache nu azanzan ba na bai kwa wo fwa na nu kizuna ala bapache apimi nu azai nu banu filo nu municipal gwamnati bibi kizuna ya nge batozo amu ngbati wada bokun yayin nu ana bagaba nge woba mia zahai wonu apilo nanu gwamnati bibi wajin wagba bataun Hakima Aliu wọn le sheba we be na bedai wa gan ge gbedogu na be fi be la kun sheba na ye ba ku lo ba che azabpa mba ni ta ilege ba gba aye ba ai gan ge ko jin tulanu ko jin be shishinu ntigana gbetunu na be ga nu ai pe akunya bamaje ababa gwa wole lanu oza shekwasi nko na we abawo na ba we aje saisu
Masu kallo da sauraron mu assalamu alaikum barkanmu da yammacin juma'a da fatan ana nan cikin ƙoshin lafiya kamar yadda aka saba a takaice ga fassarar wasu daga cikin labaran mu na yau mai karantawa Yusuf Yakubu. Addinin musulunci ya buƙaci al'ummar musulmi da su kasance masu girmama magabatansu a duk irin halin rayuwar da suka same kansu a ko'ina. Wakilinmu Shamsuddin Usman ya rawaito mana cewa na'ibin limamin masallacin Juma'a na unguwar Wusai Zone 3 Ustaz Tamim Yusuf Alhassan shi ne tunatar da al'ummar musulmi haka a saƙon huɗubar sallar Juma'ar yau. Ya ƙara da cewa duk al'ummar da ke girmama magabatanta za ta samu tarin ci gaba, ta zauna lafiya ta kuma samu kwanciyar hankali a tsakankanin ta. Hukumar birnin tarayya Abuja ta raba manyan motoci 4 masu ɗaukar mutane 50 wanda kwamitin shugaban ƙasa ya bada gudunmawarsu don sauƙaƙa harkokin sufuri a birnin tarayya Abuja. Wakilinmu Sha'ibu Onoze Yakubu ya shaida mana cewa hukumar ta samar da motocin ne domin samar da sauƙin zirga-zirgar mutane zuwa guraren ayyuka da sauran harkokinsu na yau da kullum a nan birnin Abuja da kewaye. A labarinmu na gaba kuma za ku ji cewa an buƙaci masu rukunan gidaje da masu zama a gidajen mallakar ƙaramar hukumar Amak da su yi mai yiwuwa su bi umarnin kotu su biya kuɗaɗen hayar da ake bin su. Wakiliyarmu Hakimat Aliyu ta shaida mana cewa buƙatar haka ta taso ne bayan da tawagar hukumar ta yi yunƙurin rufe wasu daga ciki a sanadiyar ƙin biyan kuɗin hayar da ake bin su a kwanan nan. Maganar da ke gaban kuliya inda ta buƙaci da su yi mai yiwuwa su hanzarta su biya kuɗaɗen domin a gudu tare a tsira tare. A taƙaice labaran namu na yau kenan sai kuma ranar Litinin idan Allah ya kai mu kwana lafiya.
Ẹ kú kalẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire ìròyìn agogo méje ló dé sétí ìgbọ̀nyín láti olùléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán karùn-ún ìkànnì karùn-ún ti ìlú Àbújá. Olúwaṣèyí Abímbọ́lá Ọ̀yáwọlé ni oníròyìn ní àṣálẹ́ ẹ máa bá mi kálọ. Nínú ìwàásù tí Malam Tiaminu Yusuf Alhassan ṣe ní mọ́ṣáláṣí agbègbè Zone 3 ni ó ti tẹnu mọ́ ìlànà ìsìlámù tí ó yẹ kí gbogbo olùjọ́sìn tòótọ́ máa tẹ̀lé. Ìgbákejì ìmáàmù mọ́ṣáláṣí Jumat náà sọ wípé ohun pàtàkì ló jẹ́ láti máa bọ̀wọ̀ fún àgbàlagbà láwùjọ àti wípé ipò àgbà jẹ́ ipò ọ̀wọ̀
ó sì yẹ kí mùsùlùmí òdodo máa tẹ̀lé ìlànà yìí ní ìgbà gbogbo láti lè rí àánú gbà pẹ̀lú tí àwọn náà bá dàgbà. Ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ aládàáyébá ìmúdára gáàsì tí alákòóso orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ti ṣe ìpèsè ọkọ̀ akérò 4 fún ìjọba olú ìlú orílẹ̀-èdè. Ọkọ̀ akérò aláràbarà náà tí ó ní ìjókòó ènìyàn 50 ní ẹgbẹ́ ìjọba olú ìlú orílẹ̀-èdè ti gbà. Ọ̀nàzè Yakubu jábọ̀ pé ìgbésẹ̀ yìí ní láti mú ìrọ̀rùn bá ètò ìrìn àjò ní olú ìlú orílẹ̀-èdè. Níparí ká tó máa lọ, ìkéde sí àwọn akọ́létà àti àwọn olùgbé ilé ní agbègbè ìlú àárín Àbújá (AMAC) láti tẹ̀lé àwọn àṣẹ tí ilé-ẹjọ́ ṣe lórí ètò sísan òṣùwọ̀n owó lílo ilẹ̀ tí a ṣe ní ọdún tó kọjá. Hikmat Aliyu jábọ̀ pé ìkéde yìí jẹ́ fún ìmúlò gbogbo àwọn tí ó yẹ láti tẹ̀lé àṣẹ náà. Ìpè sí ìrántí yìí jẹ́ ìgbésẹ̀ fún àṣeyọrí àṣẹ ilé-ẹjọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ náà eléyìí tí àwọn alábòójútó owó òṣùwọ̀n ìlolẹ̀ AMAC ń lò láti lè fi dojúkọ gbogbo àwọn aláìṣòdodo tí kò fẹ́ san owó yìí. Tó, kò jù báyìí lọ láṣálẹ́, a ó tún máa rí yín nígbà mìíràn. Olúwaṣèyí Abímbọ́lá Ọ̀yáwọlé ó ní kẹ́ sùn ayọ̀.